Look, you clicked on this video because you've probably just finished your GCSEs, or maybe you finished college for the year, maybe you finished your degree, and now you want to know how you get to the next step. And often, the next step is a job. And lucky for you, there's 4 guys here, some employed and some jobless, and we've been through it. And hopefully, by the end of this podcast, you'll have some sort of idea of where you want to be and how you're going to get there. You're listening to Lads Talk. Danielle's here, Jamie and Garris. Okay, so this topic's come around from a lot of frustration, because finding jobs are really difficult. Okay, obviously, as I mentioned, if you finish GCSEs right now, or college or uni, the one thing that you're gonna struggle with, or perhaps you might struggle with, is finding a job. Okay, and obviously, we could be talking about jobs that are related to your degree, or we could be talking about just customer assistant jobs in your local retail shop. Whatever the case, finding a job for some reason in the UK or wherever you are, in this climate, is so difficult, and nobody understands that frustration better than us. So I'll start with a brief thing about myself, and then I'm going to ask, and I'll move on, okay? Right now, I'm looking for a career change, okay? I want to get into a job in, something people-facing. I want to do HR, or I want to work in an administrative role. I just want to do something that's just work. I've been teaching for so long, and just to summarize it as best as I can, I just need a break from teaching because, it's a demanding job, and, I want to move on to something else. But what I'm finding when I'm trying to move on to something else is the entry requirements are ridiculous. It doesn't matter whether you have a degree or whether you have experience. For some reason, getting a job is like impossible. Okay? Now, obviously, that's my example, and we can go into each other's life stories a bit more later. But Danielle and Gareth, you guys are finishing your degree. Okay? What's your current feeling? What's your current mindset when it comes to looking for jobs? Because you just finished your degree. I guess that's the first thing that comes to your mind, isn't it?
So, like you said at the beginning, we have to look at the next step, which is finding a job. And with our degree, with engineering, it's difficult because they look for experience.
See, the first thing that you just replied, you said that they look for experience, yeah?
Yeah.
See, this is one of the biggest issues. You just spent 3 years, or whoever's listening, maybe you spent 4 years graduating or undertaking a degree, be it a bachelor's, master's, whatever. You've just taken a degree. You just come out fresh. All this knowledge is in your brain, all these assessments that you've done, all these, practical things that you've done as well. And you come out into the world with this knowledge that on the job application it says they want you to have an engineering degree. But now they say experience. Now, how are you going to get engineering degree and experience while you're at uni? How does that make sense? Okay? And then after you look at the job application, it says entry level. Okay? And entry level means that you're basically the most basic worker there. So even the most basic worker there has to have experience for some reason. How does that make sense? Right? So then when you look at that, or when you see that, okay, what does that do? Like, what does that make you think about how much your education actually is worth? This 9k a year degree that you paid for, how much is your education actually worth now?
Well, one word to sum this up is debt.
Okay, so your experience is worth debt, basically.
Yeah, because
Then
uni wasn't free, isn't it? 9.25 for tuition fees, and I took maintenance, and in total it's around 50-60k.
Is it?
Yeah.
if you actually, he's correct, because if you look at the maintenance loan for staying out and stuff,
You're
so
fine,
50
man.
to
You didn't take
60k.
maintenance. I did.
On the surface, your uni degree is worth 50 to 60,000 pound. Yeah, that's what you're saying. But when you go into the world and you want a 20 to 30k job, it's worth nothing. That's how it looks, right? Okay. And there's actually a reason for that, because before, having a degree, that was something very rare. Okay, if you had a degree,
What
you
you
made
How
it.
many years ago?
I'm talking about 20 years ago minimum. Okay, 20 years ago, if you had a degree, yeah, and remember, degrees, that 20 years ago a degree was, 21 years ago I think, a degree was £2,000. The for 1 year, £2,000. Yeah. Now it's 9,000 or 60,000 in total. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But before it was that amount, and but the degree meant so much. You know, when you go to apply for a job and you got a degree, boom, you know you're gonna get the degree. But now it's so saturated, and saturated means it's so, um, you know, overcrowded with people who have degrees in every field. That you having a degree doesn't make you special. You need to now have experience. Okay, you can look at me for example. I have a degree. I have two degrees actually. I have experience, and even that, when I'm applying to certain jobs, it means nothing. So what can you do? Then yeah, let me ask you, yeah, with this degree or just looking forward to the future when it comes to jobs, yeah, what are you actually going to do now when it comes to jobs? What are you going to apply for as a engineering graduate?
I'm not looking to apply for uh engineering jobs. I'm looking more towards pretty much learning new skills, yeah, in like sectors where there's like a gap. So right now, yeah, there's like a gap in like security, like cyber security,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm trying to acquire the right skills to get into that field.
But you know, to go to do those skills and stuff, are you talking about the government funded ones?
Mm, yeah,
Okay, and do you need any qualifications to get into that course, or
you don't need anything. You don't need anything.
okay, and how old do you have to be to?
I think it's 18.
So you have to be 18.
Yeah,
Okay, do you think that's worth it to go into a job?
way more worth it than uni. I think yeah, uni's only worth it, yeah, if you get like a internship or like a summer placement. That way you gain experience, and you're most likely, yeah, and you're most likely to be called back after you graduate. That's one
No, but
main
that's if you
thing that you
get
should do.
the degree. Like, let's say they ask for 2-1 or 2-2. That's if you get it. I'm pretty sure, isn't it, Sadiq? If you get it, they'll take you back. Or is it even if you get
Not really.
any grade?
Not really. Uh, Not really. Because you got the experience anyway and you work there for some of them do for the whole year and some do just like summer placement. If you do the whole year, you pretty much like you got the experience anyway. It's like doing your apprenticeship and you have like 1 year experience. You're a bit like more compatible compared to a new person that's gonna join.
It's true. I think that's true. My nephew, he went to Queen Mary Uni. He did computer science. He done his degree. I don't know if he got 2-1 or first. I forgot. He got a high degree, but he went back to work there as a computer technician. So you know, I think Danielle's right in that regard. Um, but okay, fine. So it's uni's worth it if you have an internship or a placement because you can show that you've got the experience. Yeah. For
No, but like now things changed a lot. Like nowadays you can do degree apprenticeship, which is like them two stuff combined. I think that's way better than just doing a degree itself. And there's other alternatives like internships. You don't need a degree for that. Apprenticeships and the thing that we're talking about just now, the government funded skills bootcamp, I think it's called. There's like so many different skills that you can learn for free. You don't need to pay a penny. And yeah, and most of them they do like get you in contact with like an employer, and so you can have like a one-on-one interview right away. So you won't really waste time looking for jobs, if that makes sense.
so that's government skills bootcamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. But so is that any job or is that like technical jobs?
No, there's so many different ones like construction, engineering, business. But the best ones is most likely like that because it's like bare places available, like vacancies and stuff. And yeah, I'm trying to do like cyber technician.
So like
Yeah,
cybersecurity and stuff like that.
yeah. Related to that pretty much.
That no, that sounds good. See, so that's a good plan from you. I'm gonna ask Jamie something in a second, but before that, Gareth, so are you gonna? Do you think you're gonna look into that, or are you gonna choose the more traditional way and try to find something to your degree, or maybe just move into something else?
I think I'm going to look into the government funded skills boots camp.
That's good. Do you guys? I know Danielle said he wants to be cyber technician, inshallah. But Gareth, do you have anything specific in mind, or whatever? You know, just you get into the flow of.
I've already told you guys. I'm still clueless. You know, like when this is how most people feel after they finish uni. They're still like, even if they got a degree, whether it's the first two one or whatever, they still feel clueless and they're not sure if they want to go into the field of the degree that they got, and that's how I feel.
But the other day, I showed him a construction boot camp, and it's like related to civil engineering. It's like a 16-week course, and you do online, and they offer you like a job and stuff after that. I think that's the most suitable because you got experience from uni as well. It's related to the degree.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the most suitable. But
Yeah.
then, like inside of me, I'm not sure I want to go. Like, I don't have like, you know, with you, your head's down on tech. I don't have my head down on like anything. It's just open-minded.
Same.
Who said same? Was it Jamie?
Well, I think Jamie said that. Did Jamie say that?
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie. See, I'm glad that you said same, but Jamie actually, in some regards, I look at Jamie as a really good example, and mashallah, in a way of envy. Yeah, I'm not. This is not a joke.
What?
In a way of envy, and I
Don't
said this
start
to you
that
before
again.
actually. And the reason
Don't
for that
start
is,
this again.
what did we say at the beginning? When you have the degree, you don't have the experience, okay? And when you don't have,
Yeah.
when you in some places actually, you might not have a degree. No, sorry, you might have experience, but you don't have a degree or you don't have a qualification, okay? But Jamie, you've done your college education, right? I can't remember exactly what you studied in college. Was it mechanical engineering or?
It was normal
think it
engineering.
was.
With us, it was normal
So,
engineering. I'm not sure about the other colleges. It was just like
okay,
generic
so
engineering with us in our college.
Yeah.
okay,
altogether.
let's keep it simple, okay? So Jamie, you finish your college education, and you can be bothered for uni. You're like, no, it's not for me. I'm not able to do it.
Nope.
Whatever your
Nope.
mindset was, yeah. And then Jamie, what Jamie did is he went into a job, okay? So now, Jamie, how old were you when you went into this job?
20.
20 years old, yeah. And did
Yeah.
they pay you when you started this job?
Not straight away, no. I was volunteering at first, and then someone from that place, she basically moved away, and then obviously her slot was free, and because I was volunteering there for some time, let's say, because the actual people working there and the manager thought I was good enough and I was decent and he liked me, he gave me the job that the lady had assigned to her place because I was, they liked me that much.
So you didn't apply for this job with
No.
a salary at first. You already had the job because you said, I want to volunteer, I want to get some experience from this place, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you basically solved the problem that we're all having without even knowing. Yeah, why? You went for the experience, okay? You learned the job, you learned how to
Yeah.
manage all the systems, whatnot.
Yeah.
And then because they knew you, they had a relationship with you. When
Yeah.
space opened up, who did they hire? They hired you, and now you're getting paid.
Me straight away. Yeah.
Perfect. The thing that companies are doing a lot nowadays, and I've looked into this, and it's so annoying. Yeah, the reason why there's certain jobs you can't, they're just never available,
Just
is
jump
because
in, yeah.
companies do what they did with you, internal recruitment. Yeah, and when they do internal recruitment, what they're saying is, we already trust this guy. We already trust Jamie. We know how he works. We know he's a good guy. Why he's going to do the job amazingly. We'll pay him. Job done. We don't need to bother risking our time and money on a new person.
On a brand, yeah.
Exactly. So that's why when I say I envy you, mashallah, the reason I say that is because you've you did something niche and you did something very unique that people are scared to do. Like there's people finishing their GCSEs now, and some of my students have said to me, "Oh, after I finish GCSE, I want to make money. Over the summer, I want to make money." And I always tell them, I say, that's fine, you should make money and that's good. But because you're young and because you're fresh out of school, the best thing you can do is volunteer. Because even if they don't give you a job afterwards or whatever, you'll have something on your CV no matter what. Since you're 16 years old upwards, you'll have something on your CV, and you need to have that. Okay, if the first job you show to companies is from after you graduate university and you've only done customer assistance, okay, a customer assistant job, and you want to get into recruitment or something, it's going to be more difficult for you, okay? Because you only had half a year experience to get it. But if you got that experience from when you were younger all the way up to that age, you're better off. And that's what I mean by when I say I'm envious of you. Yeah. So when it comes to your job and whatnot, I don't know what type of person you are in terms of employment, right? But are you someone who I'm comfortable, I'm making the money I want, I don't really care about progressing in my career and leveling up to some random CEO position or whatever? I'm happy where I am. I just want to make money and that I'm happy like that. Or are you a person who's like, no, I need some more money. I want to move on. I want to do this. I want to do that. Which type are you, would you say?
I'm the second one. I'm getting to that point now. I want to move on. I've not overstayed my welcome, but I've been here for a significant time, and I'm now looking for something better. You know, this has been my start off. It's helped me out in many different ways. Don't have to get into detail, but it has helped me in a few ways. Now I'm looking to move on to something. It may not be that more better, but at least it's something a bit more better. You start climbing the ladder, so to speak.
Okay, and where would you look first?
Somewhere, something similar to my role now, because like you said, I've got the experience in it. So move something again, move up to something, even if it's a little bit more better, still better in the same or similar roles, because I have the experience. So then he's been doing this for a while, so I'd be a better candidate to choose than someone else who hasn't.
Jamie, let me ask you something. Yeah, do you want to go to like like supervisor role or still stay?
No. As in a different job, as in.
No, I get what you're saying. But that's
not
my
like
question. My question to you is: do you want to go to like supervisor role at the next role, like the next hierarchy above you?
No, I don't want to do that. As in like, still some sort of either dealing with customers or something like that with people, but not the same actual job. Not like this, what I'm doing now. A different job altogether, but similar category, but not
Same
like
field,
higher up, like
basically.
a manager. Yeah, still to do with people or customers, but not like a supervisor or a manager. Not like that. Like completely different job, but something a bit more better.
Okay, since because Gareth, you asked, I might as well jump on you, right? So if you were to just have a spark of what you want to do, yeah, how would you go about getting that job? What would you do first?
When you mean sparkle, you mean I'm doing well?
No, spark as in it clicks like, oh, I want to do X, Y, or Z job. Okay, I want to become I don't know. Let's pretend you want to become a something to do with engineering because that's your degree, right?
Oh, I get what you're
But
saying.
you want to do
Okay,
that.
I got you. I would say the same thing what Jamie did, and also what Daniel said about the government boots skills camp. Get the experience first, and then after I went through the whole course, however long it is, then they can help me to find a job, and in that way, I'm in a better position than if I didn't go through that course because I've gained the relevant skills. And whether I look for a job myself or they help me, there's a more chance of me getting than not getting. You get me?
Yeah, that makes sense. But then, okay, let me ask Danielle this question because he's good at this, the answer, yeah. So if, Danielle, someone's listening to this and they're like, well, I need money now. I can't do volunteering or I can't afford to give time to do skills boots camp. I need money now. What would you advise them?
Just do like something on the side as a part-time job. Most of the thing, yeah, if you want to do bootcamps online anyway, so I'm pretty sure you can make time for work on the side. You can do two things at once. But at the end of the day, yeah, once you gain this experience, you're most likely gonna be able to move into the field quicker. And if you want the money, okay, so yeah, you're gonna get temporary happiness or money, and then what? Once you spend the money, or like, what? Let's say you don't like the job, then what? Where you gonna move? So you got experience, you done your thing, and where you gonna go from there? You need to have the vision where you trying to go in life, pretty much.
So then what can you say for any age category? You said get a part-time or get a side job because you've done a lot in it. What's the not easiest, I don't want to say easy, what's the job that any age group, any age category can definitely get into?
The easiest job to get into.
Because even getting into
I feel like,
Boots or Sainsbury's is difficult now, you know what I mean? So what kind of
oh, let's not even talk about it. The interview thing is like so dumb. Okay, why do you want to work here?
I want to make money.
Basically, I
the
love
bathroom smells nice.
stacking shelves and providing for families.
You know, see, I'm actually gonna
Why
get
did
into
you
that
use
question.
this company?
Wait, wait,
Oh
my.
Like, bro, come on, like, it's so stupid, man. Point is, yeah, you could work in, if you're 18, below 18, chicken shops and stuff, and if you're above 18 and you got license, you could work as a van driver.
Wait, what?
I
Sorry,
mean,
I
come
missed.
on,
You know the
that's
one you
it,
said
bro.
under 18. What did you say?
Chicken shops and stuff, they hire.
Oh, like takeaway
Cash in hand.
shops. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
cash in hand.
even car washes maybe. Like it. It doesn't.
Forget all of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just you could do like side hustles, man. You can just like flip phones and stuff. Do Amazon or
Flip-
like basic.
Flip phones.
Flip phones as in like buying cheaper phones on Facebook Marketplace, for example, and selling them on eBay, Gumtree, or just go CEX and sell them there. So you can find decent deals, but you need to spend hours on them. Let's say you can buy like an iPhone 11, cause no, not iPhone 11. Right now there's iPhone 15, I guess. Or iPhone 14 is a bit expensive. Let's say you go for iPhone 12 or 13.
Wait, pause.
Because someone wants to upgrade.
There's iPhone 15 now.
It's coming.
It's gonna come soon.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like, I missed that one.
In September.
Sorry, carry on.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, get a phone. There's people that wanna just upgrade and they just want quick cash. Find a good deal, buy it, just flip it, as in like resell it on Facebook, Gumtree, eBay, or just go CEX, and you might be able to make some money there. Then depends. Yeah, it's like let's say you're 16 or whatever. How much money would you want to earn a year? Or like a month?
Nah, if you're 16,
I'll be happy with 500.
yeah, exactly.
A year,
If you're
man.
16 to 18, you just want
What are you
something
gonna spend
where
your money on?
I want to buy shoes, I want to buy clothes, I want to pay for my driving lessons. You know, obviously not 16, but I want to pay for my driving lessons. You know, these kind of things you'll want money for, yeah? So you don't need to go into Boots, for example. Like working at a chicken chip shop or working something, just grinding for the money is more than enough for you, because you just need the cash to come in and you need to spend the cash. That's it. So and I think when I was younger, I I don't know what kind of mindset, I can't remember what kind of mindset I had, but there's one thing that when I was younger especially, I shied away from labor kind of work. I worked in Boots, for example, but that's different. Like, working in takeaways and stuff, I don't know why, I just couldn't be bothered to do it. I don't know what it was about it, I just didn't want to do it. But as you get older, and all this cultural kind of mindset about, oh, this is a good job, this is a bad job, this is not a classy job, whatever, that goes out the window. You need money, Danielle.
That's not even coming from us. That's coming from our parents' generation, the mindset. And because we're young, we can't really come up with a firm decisions ourselves, because they're still under the control of our parents because of that age.
And that's a good point, actually. You mentioned parents. Danielle said have a side hustle. If you look at our parents, I'm talking about migrant parents or even low income parents, you might sometimes look at the state of finance now and today, and you might think, how the hell did they survive? But they only actually survived, I'm talking obviously to a more older group of people, but they definitely survived because they had a side hustle. If their main job was working in a restaurant, their side job was they made a house back home in their village and they put it on rent. So this is how they survived. Or maybe they have a house in England that they put on rent, and this is how they survived. And if you don't have a side hustle today and you think you're going to survive just on a main job, then you are mistaken, because it's not enough, unfortunately. So I think the answer is, if you want money, if you need money and you want a job in the future, you have to start taking these kind of routes, because there's no other way.
Just want to say something, like these bare people that like done degrees and stuff, and they're gonna find a job. Overall, let's say you don't have a degree and you're applying for jobs and stuff, you don't hear anything back. It's like a weird concept, So like working, for example, for someone else. So let's say you have a work right now, you're a teacher, whatever, and one day you like make a small mistake and boom, you out. Like it's such a weird concept, like risk. Like you rely on Allah, like He's gonna provide for you. It's so weird. Like the next day you could just get kicked out. You might have all the experience of the world, you got the best degree, boom, they don't like you, move on. And then you might be just there for like a few years or like a few months, you cannot find anything. I always try to like think about like for example Pakistan and Turkey. like the earthquake and the flood, yeah, it's like them people work their asses off to buy like houses and stuff, and it's all gone the next day, fam. And that's how like work is. Like you could have a decent job today, yeah, and next day you get kicked out. And like we in a position right now, yeah, where like most of the jobs are being taken by AI. Like literally, so many people don't have jobs because of this like new thing. It's so weird. Like you're still like managing to live. It's so weird, isn't it? The whole thing.
You know, I can't lie. That is a really good reminder to me, first and
I haven't,
foremost.
I
Yeah.
haven't deeped in that way when you mentioned like back at home.
Like imagine, yeah, like right now, yeah, it's very emotional because I think about it. It gets to me sometimes. Like right now, I sent you a video like a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was called something about risk. Yeah, it was like every single
Oh yeah.
bite that you take, or every single like breath that you take, was written for you to.
Wait, did you send it to us or privately?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
it was something like that. So every bite that you take and stuff is it was written from God for you. Every single like thing, like every small thing that happens to you, like you breathe in, like you speak and everything, yeah, was just like written for you to happen at that moment. It's so like weird. Like we like stress so much about like, oh yeah, this thing is not going my way, or this one is not going my way, or yeah, I don't have a job and stuff. But still, you're there. You go a house, alhamdulillah, you go food in your house, on your table. You're able to speak, read, whatever. Like it's like so many different small blessings, but we focus on like the negative, but we don't focus on like the stuff that we already got. It's such a weird concept. Like people stress out so much, but then you go back to like normal, like the basic. Yeah, you look around you, like okay, look at me. Okay, I'm here right now in the UK. Then you go look someone in Turkey who lost their house and lost their kids and everything. They put like 10 years of work, it's all gone, and then you deeper like, why am I stressing, man? I got a house on my roof. Like I got like a roof on my head and stuff, and I got flipping food on my table, and I'm stressing here. Like, just chill out, bro.
No.
Someone will provide. Just chill out. Unless there, bro. Just pray, do your thing. Like I deep you, yeah. I was stressed like since day one about like this degree, getting a degree and a job and everything. And look at you. You got like alhamdulillah, you got like 3 degrees, 2 degrees.
Two. Don't add the third one, please.
Yeah. Maybe you never know one day. But it's like it's so weird. Like I expect you to be working, but I don't know if like you don't really right now. Yeah, you cannot find something that you want to work as. But it's so weird. You got the experience and you got the degree, and I'm here stressed out when I got nothing in my hands right now.
Yep.
And it's so weird, isn't it? Like.
Yep.
You're basically in the same boat as
it's
him,
like,
but he's got the experience and he's got the paper.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to say. Yeah, when it's your time, it will happen. And just stop stressing.
It's really that honestly, I'm not joking. That's such a for me. First of all, that's such a good reminder, because you know when you get stressed and when it's like a pile up in it when it starts piling up on you. That oh man, I got rejected from a job. Oh man, I don't have nothing right now. Oh man, it's always I don't have this. You know, it's not in those moments you never think, oh, you know what, look at how much I have. It's just this one thing that I need, you know. And it's always funny because we always need one more thing, you know. we're never just satisfied with everything we've got, you know.
No, we need to put the TikTok in this video as well, man. And I get very excited about this whole
send me
thing,
that just
I mess up my words and stuff, but like, wallahi, so like if you watch this TikTok, yeah, you're gonna be like, raw. It's so mad.
Okay.
I get very excited.
Oh, that TikTok.
Okay. Let's you know what?
Very exciting.
Hold on. Let's watch the TikTok very quickly, okay?
The concept of rizq is so beautiful. Like even when you eat a piece of fruit, it was always written for you. From the moment it grew from the tree, it went through all these people and traveled all this way until it was in your hands. It was always meant to be yours. Everything in this world that is meant to be yours has your name on it. And Allah has willed it to eventually reach you, one way or another.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly,
it's such a simple concept, yeah.
It's such a simple concept, yeah. Like the moment, like obviously he said it in a different way, but the moment the seed was planted in that piece of ground, that fruit that's gonna come from that seed is yours, you know. So I think it's a lesson in patience, actually, and calming down, you know, when things get a bit too stressful. But I can't lie, and I'm sure that Gareth experienced this with me the other day as well. But you know, one reason that the entire process makes you stressed in the first place is, you know, the whole application processed sorry, you know, the whole application process is so annoying. Yeah. And like Danielle, you mentioned it before, yeah, about why do you want to work at Sainsbury's. Okay, so what they want you to do in that moment, in the personal statement or supporting statement section, in that moment, they want you to talk about your whole life story and why it has led you to now work at Sainsbury's as a cashier. And no disrespect to anyone working at Sainsbury's as a cashier, but there's not a single person I know who works at retail who's come to me and said it was my ultimate passion to work at Sainsbury's, or it's my ultimate passion to work
Even if
out.
they do say that, yeah, it's because they're paid to say or they've got forced to say it. It's not coming out of them, man.
No,
Like
no,
you're
no.
telling me,
No
you come
one's.
to me, yeah, I love this, I love this place, man. Oh, this is my dream job. Oh yeah, saying that, yeah, you know when I was in uni, the Tesco, the big one.
Yeah.
I don't think I told you guys. I might have. So we all got hired. It was like a group of people. We went to this induction day. And this doesn't make sense. This woman, yeah, she works for the NHS, yeah. She does nursing. I know she was trying out. And then she was like, "Yeah, I love this job. This is my dream job. This is what I wanted to do." And I was there like, "Brother, you work for the NHS and you say this is your dream job, and you probably get paid more there than than working at Tesco."
But then sometimes there's jobs that the reward is in, like, say you're working at an old nursing home and you're looking after and helping old people. That alone can be better than all the money and the hours that you are getting or you're working for or as. Sometimes just the reward of feeling like good, like you're helping someone out. Yeah, for yourself. Like you're helping out older people, and that makes you feel good helping people and actually caring for them. And like all the money and however many hours you spend working at that job for weeks on end, months, years, decades, like just that reward alone. Say an orphanage or working for an orphanage, helping those kids out and making sure they're getting families and having people, mothers and fathers, families just in general, where they can have parents who actually care for them and love them. Like that alone is better than, like, it don't matter how much money you're getting or how many hours you're helping those people out. Yeah, it's better than the money by far. I have thought about this. Like one of my uncles, he works as like, it's a manager kind of job, but what he manages is like an old people's home, but it's like private flats, and he like manages those flats. So you know, like you go in, so you go to your grandma or grandfather's house, and they have that like red triangle with a string in the bathroom or in the front room or in the kitchen. Do you have those, Karis, or like an old
Red
people's
triangle
home?
with a string.
Okay.
Oh, the alarm.
Yeah, you
The
go like
alarm.
it's like a red piece of
Yeah.
plastic in a triangle. It's like probably in the bathroom or in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's for
So you can
disabled
pull it, and
people
then
in it, because it rings an alarm. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that.
So he
I've seen in
works
public places.
in like private owned. So you know they're paying a lot to live there.
Private rented
But
houses.
obviously, it's
Basically.
really they're cared for it. They got proper. I think they got proper chefs and things for each of the people, so they can cook for them instead of the old people have to worry about it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
If there's obviously any problems in the flats, my uncle obviously manages all of them, so he'd have to call in people to go and fix it. Again, there's private chefs doing it and stuff like that. And it may not sound that amazing. I don't know if he's getting money, but that sounds like again, he's like helping out. So something like that would be nice, even if that was like as like a part time. Forget the money, like that's the thing. Just like, oh, I can go and help out. Like volunteering there for young kids. You can go and volunteer.
I was literally gonna say that volunteer.
For people that again like seeing their grandparents all the time, they get a thing out of it. Like, oh yeah, I'm helping out these other people, these other older people, and you care.
You get joy, happiness, and if it feels in your heart as well.
Yeah, and the money, you're not there for the money. You're there to see old people and look after them, and that makes you feel good knowing that you've made someone's day. You're looking after them, keeping an eye on them, and you even make their day. You make a cup of tea for them. You might sit there and play a board game with them, play cards. You might play silly little catch games.
Something simple, but you're feeling
their day, filling their joy.
You're
and
making
also
their
you
day
feel-
better. You're making them happy. Yeah, and that in return makes you better. That you're making someone else's day better.
Can I jump in super quick? Yeah. So this what Jamie just said. It reminded me of, you know, when we were just mentioning about Sainsbury's and Boots and Tesco, and versus what Jamie was saying. Look, Jamie's one. Perhaps, you know, NHS or whoever they're like, they're not being paid a lot, but that job is rewarding in a different way, right? Like when I did teaching, trust me, I've done teaching in a place, not my last place, the place before that. They pay teachers really bad, okay? I'm not like, it's not something to hide. They just really bad pay, okay? They've always done it, okay? But if you go to some of those teachers, okay, and you say to those teachers, do you enjoy your job? They will say, because of the children that I'm teaching and because of the ethos of teaching or because of the subject I'm teaching, I love this job. When I worked there, if someone said, do you love this job? I say, my thing is, I love the activities I'm doing. I love the environment I'm creating here. Yes, I love it for that. If you tell me, do I love this job because the pay is really good? The pay is awful. Okay, let's say work politics is horrendous. The environment is crap. Okay, but the atmosphere, yeah,
Feels toxic,
the atmosphere
blah, blah, blah.
and all of that stuff, that's perfect for me because I'm having fun and I get to do all that stuff. But it's not going to always be perfect. Okay, but you can be rewarded in another way, and that's fine. But the problem is when you're sat there and you're trying to apply for a job, okay, and you're trying to you're writing your CV, you're writing your supporting statement, you're writing your personal statement, and it's just for a simple job that you just want to be paid for. That is when it becomes so difficult. Okay, and do you guys know what you're meant to include in a personal statement, by the way?
No.
Okay, so when you're doing your personal statement, but this is not like a career advice thing, by the way, but when you're writing your personal statement, it's very simple. You look at the job description, okay? Usually that's on the advert of the job, or sometimes they attach a little file that you have to click, okay? Then you go to all the essential and desirable criteria, is this table, and you, in a nice way, you write how you have all of those criteria, okay? So let's say communication skills, and you have to give scenarios. Oh, I have this because XYZ. I have this one because XYZ, and you have to keep doing that, and you make it like a story. Now think about me. I'm trying to find a job in, several departments. How many personal statements do I have to keep on making? I can't copy and paste.
Oh, that's long.
Because I can't copy and paste because this personal statement's not going to be the same every time. I have to rewrite it. And do you know how off-putting it is? Yeah, that's number one. Number two, CV. If you're the age of 15 or 16 and you haven't started working your CV, after you hear this, go on your computer and make a CV right now, okay? If you're older, if you're in your 20s and you haven't made your CV, what are you doing? You go make your CV right now, okay? Open a LinkedIn account and make your CV, okay? Me and Gareth just edited our LinkedIn accounts the other day, but you have to have these accounts ready because you're going to waste so much of your time when applying for jobs if you don't have a CV. And it's so off-putting, going through making the CV and personal statement, then matching it to the job that you have no experience in but you want to go into. How are you going to say, I'm the best, let me give a job example, I'm the best marketing and communications manager you've ever seen, when I've never done that? But I want to go into that because I have experiences which can transfer me over. It's so difficult and you have to spend so much time doing this, and that's why, in accordance to what Danielle said earlier, that is why people get stressed, okay? And that's why people start losing the plot, because I swear, guys, yeah, before I forget, I was applying for a role, yeah, just this morning on my phone, and I don't know why I did this because I always use my computer and I always save it and everything. I applied on my phone. I wrote a sick personal statement, by the way, yeah. Submitted it, and do you know what happened? An error occurred on the internet, or something with their internet server side messed up. I refreshed the page, my personal statements disappeared, and I just deleted the job. I was like, I'm not going to apply for this. What's the point? That is so stupid. What a waste of time. And it was there. Then I checked. I was like, if it's my internet, I'm going to cancel my internet today. It wasn't my internet. It was theirs, in their server. I was like, what a waste of my time, man. Like, and then also, you put all that thought and effort, and then they reject you, and they say, oh, sorry, you've been unsuccessful. So if I did 3 hours of work for you to give me a short sentence that you don't want me to come work with you. That's super annoying. So in that regard, what do you do? Like, let's talk to Jamie, for example. Yeah, Jamie, you said you want to, or very soon you'll want to start moving up. Yeah. let's say you're gonna move up into a new role.
Yeah.
How are you gonna manage with your CV personal statement? Like, do you have an idea, or how do you feel about it overall?
Not the most thrilled about it, I'm not gonna lie. Like what you said, all this stress thing about doing all these CVs and writing these personal statements to at least try and come across as if you're the best for this role, you're the best for that role, and it's almost like you're being fake, especially if it's something brand new that you haven't done before, like you said. If you want to move into a completely different sector, you got to come across and try and make someone believe that you're the best suitable candidate to do this job and to join this team in a role. So it's stressful. It's when you start doing it, you start panicking. It's kind of, you get anxious about it. Anyone that doesn't, you're an alien. You're not human unless you've been doing it for ages. Then fine.
Yeah.
Someone fresh off like me, if you go doing it and you're completely calm about it,
Something
Men in
wrong
Black
with you.
needs to come after you, man. I'm calling Will Smith.
Oh man. Would you
Yeah.
ever go to like a careers help website or something like that to help you, or would you just do it, wing it, and do it on your own? What are you
No, I
more
wouldn't want to
likely
wing
do?
it. Nah, I'm not that. I'm not putting myself down, but I'm not that great. I can't just wing stuff. So yeah, if there's any help, take it. Someone's advice. If there's help, take it. Don't feel bad, because if it helps you out and it makes you feel better, forget your ego and I can do it by myself. I can wing it. I can boss it. Nah, get the help. Like anything, like it's practice or it's just help. It's gonna benefit you and yeah, it's gonna help you out.
That's fair enough. What about Danielle? Like, have you worked on your LinkedIn or CV or
Yeah,
anything?
the other day, someone reached out actually. I didn't apply for the job. Someone actually reached out and they were like, "Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about something, this role that they was offering." Yeah, actually got a call on Monday.
MashaAllah. Hopefully that works out for you. And what about Gareth? What's your job application process, or what do you need to do?
Like when it comes to like proper graduate jobs, no, I've got nothing, and like me and you, we started what last week. No, it's this week. How about this week? We started working on it. But I've got CVs for like customer service part-time jobs, but that's not going to help me to get to a proper job. So I need to start working on it.
Fair enough. There was one other thing I was gonna say. Okay, let's ask like this, okay? Because there, like I said, this is for the people looking for jobs, looking for what to do next with their life, or people just struggling. Yeah. Okay. One piece of advice from. Let's start with Jamie. One piece of advice.
Kind of just said it. Like if there's anything out there that can help you, like what was it you said? Go to a what website?
Like a careers help
Like a
website.
careers advisor, something like that, helping out creating a CV or editing or some. I don't know the name of it, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, just careers help in general, innit? Careers advice.
Careers help. Yeah. Any websites or any? It might not be a course, but something like a video you can watch or little things you can go and practice, like a little task or something. Kind of like homework to benefit you and help you out in a way. Take them. Forget your ego. Forget people. If it's gonna help you, then take it. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, why would you try and climb a wall like with your bare hands with no rope? If there's a ladder there, take it. Oh no, my ego's gonna be broken if I use the ladder to climb over the wall. Take the ladder.
Good. Gareth, what about you? One piece of advice.
Volunteer or looking to do free courses. Like there's something that just popped up in my head right now. I remember when I was looking for my first ever job here, Starbucks, and my mindset was, I'm not volunteering, and I'm only going to get a job, good, or do the job that pays me. They got back to me, and they were like, "Oh, sorry about this, but you can volunteer." And I said no. And then now deeping back, like whether you're 16 or whether you finished uni, volunteering is the way, because if you don't have we've already spoken about this whole podcast, but if you don't have the experience, you're not going to get paid. But if you volunteer, you're going to gain the skills, you're going to learn the skills, they're going to be happy with it, and once they're happy with it, you're going to get paid.
Okay, and Danielle, what about you? What's one piece of advice?
If you cannot find a job, yeah, find other ways to make money, like side hustles and stuff. You can always sell stuff, buy and sell stuff. Sometimes we do find deals, like even like stores and stuff, like there might be like a promotion and stuff. You might be able to just make money like that. Yeah, and just like try to learn how to do it. It's not that hard.
Okay. I would finish off by saying sell yourself. Okay. And nowadays, selling yourself can mean, you know, a bunch of crazy weird stuff. But what I mean is, whatever job you're applying for, remember, okay, if you don't have the experience, you know, oh my God, why should I apply for that job? Because I'm never gonna get it. Sometimes you don't have to have done that job. I'm not gonna say just believe in yourself and you know you can achieve anything. I'm not gonna say that to you. What I'm gonna say is every job, no matter what job, yeah, you know what Gary said about volunteering, work is work. Whether you get paid or not, work will always be work and experience will always be experience. So if you are applying for a job that you think is out of this world, you will always have something. It's not money that's going to get you that job. It's not the references. What's going to get you is the transferable skills. If you work in retail and you want a job working as a administrator, your biggest transferable skill is your communication, because you have to speak to customers, you have to be a people person, you have to help people, and that's a massive part of administration. If you're an office worker and you want to start working in a HR role, you definitely need to have time management skills, and you need to be punctual, and you need to be able to handle lots of work in one go, innit? So with whatever job you do, there's always a transferable skill. Okay, so just look at it like that, and yeah, be optimistic, not overly optimistic like me sometimes, but optimistic enough that, you know what, whatever, like Danielle was reminding us earlier, whatever's meant for me will always come to me, and whatever's not meant to be mine will leave me, whether I have it for a second or whether I never touch it in my life, you know. And last but not least, look, we are not career advice professionals by any means or anything like that, but we do, and we are open to talking to our subscribers and people who will watch our videos, as we have done previously. If you want to get in contact with us, you want to talk about stuff, you want to talk about something we've spoken about in the episode, the first and easiest way is leave a comment down in the comments below. We reply to all comments. Secondly, you can follow us on Instagram, talk to us through there. We do weekly Q&As. And last but not least, we spoke a lot about LinkedIn, so why not create a LinkedIn account if you don't have one already, and follow us on our LinkedIn page and see what we're up to over there. But yeah, before I head out and the guys head out to go and apply for some jobs, what is the quote of the week for this week?
Doing something scared is braver than doing nothing at all.
And there you have it. Now look, I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm going to go off and search for some jobs, write some personal statements. Okay, but my personal statement for this episode is, listen, all of you, subscribe.
Come on,
Subscribe
family. Join the
to
family
Lads
now.
Talk. Exactly, yeah. Subscribe because you want to hear these kind of sounds, right? And yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment down below, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and until next time, bye.